You are tuning into Mad Genius Live, and you better stick around because my friend Jessie Sheehan is here to make her Cornflake Macaroons.
Yay!
No. Good morning, everybody. My name is Justin Chapple. I'm the culinary director here at Food and Wine. Welcome to our kitchen. You are tuning into Mad Genius Live. We are all across the internet every Thursday at 11:30 Eastern Time. You could do the math for the other time zones.
If you're good at math.
Yeah, if you're good at math. So joining me today, I have Jessie Sheehan, baker extraordinaire and author of the new book, The Vintage Baker, which is really great. We're gonna start talking about that in just one second, but I don't want to ignore the beautiful Kelsey Youngman over here. Kelsey is Food and Wine's test kitchen manager here in New York, and she is joining us because she's gonna help us make macaroons.
And also because she's our friend.
And because she's our friend.
We love
yes.
her.
But more importantly, Kelsey's sitting here not for fun, she's sitting here for work. Because we're a live show, we want you to tune in, we want you to join the conversation using hashtag MadGeniusLive. It's
Yeah, oh sorry. Well,
Go
I
ahead.
have my laptop tucked behind here. So I will be talking with you in the comments along with our wonderful social team. So say hi, we'll give you shout outs, ask questions. We're gonna have some polls later in the show, but talk to us, we're friendly.
Yeah, because we are actually live. And I know I bring this up like every week, but people think we're not a live show. So they're like, this isn't live, and they're writing it in the comments, and I'm like, don't be a troll. We play nice here, and we have a lot of fun. So have fun with us, shout out to us. Speaking of shout outs, I think I'm gonna shout out one of our camera operators, Phil, who is not here today, and he's not on the camera, but I'm so grateful to him because he keeps making one of the recipes in my new book over and over and over again, and he posted on Instagram. Can we put that picture up? There it is. And look, he put a flower. He put a flower on my cauliflower fried rice. Isn't that really sweet? Thanks, Phil.
Yum.
He said it's a new staple. It's like on weekly rotation in his house.
It should be.
He loves it.
And I'm very grateful to him. We actually made that on, so Phil is the camera operator for Don Perry's show on Real Simple Cooking School, and I made that recipe on her show, and Phil was like, I'm gonna make that.
So he got excited when he saw you make it?
Yeah, and then he's made it like so many times since, and I'm very
Phil,
happy.
and I love that he puts flowers
take
in
note,
his food.
all of you back here. If you make one of my recipes, or if you make a recipe from the show and you hit us up on social media, we might just give you a shout out in the show. So, we're talking about Vintage Baker.
Yes.
It's such an extraordinary book. It's a cute book.
Yes.
I like it because it's a really nice trim size.
Thank you.
When we say trim size, we refer to the number of inches that the book is. What I love about this book is, Jessie, I mean, why don't you tell us what the book is about?
I would love to.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the Vintage Baker, and I collect vintage recipe booklets. And in those booklets are all these recipes. Each booklet would sort of be distributed with a bag of flour or a box of sugar by the ingredient company in the hopes of getting the homemaker who purchased the bag of flour or the box of sugar to make recipes using the ingredients. So the booklets, I collect them, and they are they have the most beautiful, whimsical little covers. This is like a really special one for coconut and chocolate, and many of the recipes in here have have a picture of the pamphlet and sort of discuss how I changed, how I twisted and tweaked the recipe from the old recipe into the new one,
which is so fun.
It is fun.
And if you've ever seen these little booklets, they are super adorable. Oh, I was just gonna say.
And what's so amazing about this little book, I think, or this book, is that it comes with its own little tiny booklet, which is sort of mimics what one of these booklets would have looked like. And I'm killing myself that I did not bring them today to show you, but that's okay.
Yeah, she means bringing the original ones that inspired the recipes.
Yes, exactly.
And okay, so I know that we talk a little bit about polls on the show. We want to hear from you. We want to hear what you have to say. So chime in. Please let us know if you remember any of these booklets, if you're watching and you have any of the booklets at home or you remember getting them. If so, hit us up in the comments so that we know, and just tell us what the booklet is.
Totally.
And maybe if you can remember what it came with, like maybe it came with the self-rising flour or something like that.
Exactly.
Because it's really fun and it's a throwback to the days prior to the internet.
And what's great, can I just say one more thing? What I also love about the booklets as a recipe developer is I was getting a little handsy, sorry.
She warned me, in all fairness,
I warned Justin I might get
she's
handsy on cameras. I'm really gonna try to be. What I love about the booklets is that they are super simple and sort of old school and not a lot of ingredients, simple ingredients, not a lot of instructions, very little salt, not a lot of vanilla, let's say, or a teeny bit, but not. So what's really fun about playing with them is you sort of have the bones of these amazing recipes. Sorry, I'm not even looking at you.
No,
you have
please.
the bones. You have the bones of these amazing recipes, but you have so much to play with as a developer. So I love that.
Which is oftentimes where inspiration comes from, is really simple ideas for new recipes.
Totally.
So when Kelsey and I were we were poking through your book and we were trying to figure out what we wanted to make, we were flipping through really quickly and then we stopped like really fast and hard on
Dead in our tracks
on these cornflake macaroons because for one, who doesn't love a macaroon, but for two, I always love like a mad genius ingredient, something that's like really like a secret weapon in the kitchen. That's how I cook at home, and one of my favorite things to do is explore with cornflakes. I don't know if you know this about me, but I love cornflakes and I love to use them in recipes. In fact, in my new book, Just Cook It, which is out now, in case you're wondering, I actually do a cornflake chicken, an oven-fried cornflake chicken where I crush them up and then I coat the chicken in it and I bake it in the oven. I think we can drop, is Caroline in the room? I think she's in the back. Okay, we have Caroline here, we have Kelsey here. They're gonna drop a link because I believe People Magazine ran the recipe for the cornflake chicken, so you can get it there if you want. But we're gonna do these cornflake macaroons.
Yes.
But first I want you to talk about the difference maybe between a macaroon and a macaron.
Oh,
do you feel comfortable talking about that?
I'm not a completely...
Because Kelsey has Google.
Oh. So if I run into trouble, Kelsey's going to save me. But a macaroon, at least as I understand it...
Or wait, do you think we should ask people?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so before you go there, so we're doing a poll. First poll today. We're going to get to another poll about your favorite cereals and whether or not you like cornflakes. But first of all, who can tell us the difference between a macaron and a macaroon? All right, so we're gonna give you a couple minutes to figure that out. But, all right, so let's get started. But do you wanna tell us what this is?
Yes, I was excited to make these cornflake macaroons, obviously, with Justin and Kelsey. And I had this other recipe in the book for something with cornflakes, which is a caramelized cornflake that I put on top of homemade caramel ice cream and caramel sauce.
Because
so
I want them to
these
get
are
close
really,
up.
oopsie, these are really yummy and super simple and easy to make. And they, you make sort of a little brown sugary caramel and you pour it over the cornflakes and then you add a lot of my favorite salt. Flaky sea salt, and then they are deliciously yummy. And they're great on the sundae in the recipe, but they're also great for nibbling. And can I just say one thing?
I literally can't hear a word you're saying while I'm eating that. Because it's so crunchy.
I did have to break them with a hammer before bringing them because I was worried I was going to break Justin's tooth. But I just want to say one thing about cornflakes, which is what I found really exciting when writing this book and developing these recipes is to find recipes from back in the day where they were using cereal. Because I feel like today, you know, Justin's putting it with his chicken, other people are putting it in their cookies or this or that, but it's really was fun for me at least to see, and let me see when, so the booklet that I took this recipe from is from 1945. Wow. I love that they were making cornflake macaroons in 1945.
Right, and now it's like they're a modern thing today.
Totally.
So let's get started.
Yes.
So I'm gonna put your book up here so people can see.
Okay, and I just have already admitted that, like, even though I developed and wrote the recipe, of course I don't remember it, so I'm gonna be reading it. Okay, first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna crack 3 eggs because we need egg whites.
Okay, so that is the first ingredient of a macaroon is an egg white because that's what's gonna hold it all together.
Yes. And I was saying to Justin before that I do this with my hands, which I know can be like a little controversial. Oh, I did it wrong. Live, it's live, see? It's totally live. I put the white into the compost bowl, but look what I can do. Magic. Okay, now I'm gonna try again. I'm not gonna do that this time.
And I actually, so when I was in cooking school, because I did go to cooking school, I was actually taught that it is incorrect to separate an egg with the shell. Even though I do it, I'm not gonna lie, I still do it, but apparently it's much safer. It's like more, it's safer to separate it with your hands. One, because you're less likely to crack the yolk, but 2, because one of the things I don't, and I'm not trying to get into like all the technical stuff, but salmonella is actually on the egg, on the outside of the egg. So when you use the shell to kind of crack and separate, sometimes you can introduce the bacteria into the egg whites. I'm going to use the shell actually to get out your little shell here.
Yes, thank you, sir.
Because she cracked a little shell in it because this is live.
Exactly.
For all of you who don't
think
think
You
it's
saw the mistake with the compost plate. This is real. This is the real deal, peeps.
That's all right.
Okay.
It's all going in the same place. It's all going to the compost bowl. Okay.
Great. Now we're just going to
Whisk those.
whisk those till frothy.
While you whisk those till frothy, I'm gonna let Kelty. I'm gonna let Kelty hit us up because I just got word that we maybe have some people answering our poll.
Oh, exciting!
First of all, shout out to Josh who loves Just Cook It.
Oh my gosh! Thank you, Josh.
And Josh says one's a French cookie sandwich, the other involves coconut and chocolate. And Noor chimed in and said, I believe the French one is made only with egg whites, almond flour, and it's a cookie with filling. So they both got different aspects of it right. We have the like almond meringue French cookie, often with a filling. That's a macaron. And a macaroon is that deliciously chewy coconut cookie that we're making today.
There you go. So because we have such wonderful people watching, I got you out of answering that question.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, peeps. I appreciate it.
So you added some vanilla extract.
Yep.
And you added, what, salt?
Yes. And that was something I probably already mentioned, but just to reiterate, often these recipes did not have any salt. So it was kind of this funny thing where we think of salt as sort of a super important ingredient, yes, in almost everything because it brings out the flavor of the sweet it doesn't necessarily always read salty, but it helps you bring out flavor. And many of these recipes didn't have it, so that was something I added in.
But salt, you know, in the 40s was, people didn't want to use it.
Right.
Okay, so do we just add this here?
Yes, we do. We're going to add our cornflakes and our sweetened. We're going to add 2.5 cups of cornflakes and 1.5 cups of shredded corn.
Okay, well, I started measuring this first, so we'll go there first.
Okay, perfect.
So do you want to, so this is actually something that I find to be important to mention.
Yes.
Which is we're using sweetened coconut.
Yes.
Because that's, I think, traditional in a macaroon, right?
Yes.
To use the sweetened
Actually, I have a recipe that doesn't call for, is this 2.5, honey, or just 1.5?
That's 1.5 cups of that.
Right, I think, is that
and
right?
then it's 2.5 cups of...
You're right. See, I told you I didn't know the recipe.
But I do.
Yes, although I have a macaroon recipe that's actually unsweetened coconut as well as sweetened, like a combo plate.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, yeah.
But that does not have cornflakes.
Correct.
They both just developed and released books, and they're both on various forms of book tours. And we have a shout out from Gigi, who's saying, Justin, you must be exhausted. Weren't you just in San Francisco at the farmer's market?
I was. Was Gigi there?
Were you?
Gigi, were you there? How do you spell Gigi?
G-I-G-I.
Oh my gosh, let me see this person. All right, Gigi, I'm coming at you over here while Jessie mixes that up. Oh, look at this. Hi. I was just there. Thank you. You see, this is a live show.
Gigi's keeping it real.
I'm losing my mind right now. All right.
All right, now this is a little, not everyone loves to do this, but when I bake, I like to use my hands. So after I do a little bit of stirring with a spatula, I am going to use my hands to sort of crush the cornflakes and sort of hydrate my little mixture here.
I think that's really smart. A cook's best friend just happens to be our hands. You can do more with your hands than anything in the kitchen.
Totes
I would say first comes your hands. That's your first and most important tool. Second, for me, is a knife. What is yours as a baker?
Hands and perhaps a rubber spatula.
There you go. So I tend to be a savory cook. I don't do a ton of baking, so a knife for me is super important. Should we ask people, like, what are their favorite, or what is your favorite kitchen tool? I don't know.
I know
Maybe
mine
this isn't a question.
The really specific kind of spoon. So there's like a Le Creuset bi-material spoon, and it has like a really stiff black handle and base of the spoon, and then the tops of the spoon is this red silicone that goes into corners.
Nice.
So you like really can scrape every bowl. I love it. We have a question from Sydney who wants to know, any tips for making this vegan?
Oh, that's a good question.
So how could we replace the egg white?
Say that again?
Any tips for making this vegan?
Look at this cool thing. I just have to show everyone.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Oh
we're gonna answer your question. But I was so against these things.
Yeah.
because they just seem like weird, another piece of gimmicky
yeah.
thing. But our old coworker, Laura
Reed, hi Laura.
Laura, hey Laura, if you're watching.
Hi, Laura.
She's not watching
Hi,
my
Laura.
show.
She might be, she's wonderful.
So she was like, you have to buy this thing. And then I was like, I don't know, I just don't like all the clutter. And then we bought it, and now it's like one of my favorite things in the whole entire universe.
It's the stretch tight wrap and snap. You can get it online.
Love that.
Into the fridge to chill.
I mean, I have to, back to the vegan question.
Oh, yes.
I have to say I'm not great about knowing tricks, and I'm sure there's an egg white substitute.
I know, I'm wondering if you could use an egg replacer.
You know what I wonder? Don't people use the chickpea?
Aquafaba would be great. Okay.
That's a really great idea.
Yeah.
We should consider that. I think we should test that out.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, wait, reverse this. Is this live? Yes, it's live. Don't tell anybody that we're gonna do that because we're just gonna, okay, put that on our list. Okay, we're gonna test this out.
Yeah, people should test it and tag us on Instagram and Facebook.
Or if you've done it, if you've used aquafaba to make macaroons, let us know. Yeah. So what Jessie's referring to is, so when you drain a can of chickpeas.
Should I scoop while you talk?
Yeah, sure. Okay. So when you drain a can of chickpeas, you have that liquid left over, which is called aquafaba. Yeah. And it basically acts like egg whites. So we actually have, if we want to drop a link to it, we have a vegan meringue, a Mad Genius Tips video that I did. Oh, that's a good question. So I stopped because I'm getting a question from Helen Mayer. She says, can you use Rice Krispies instead of cornflakes?
Ooh. I don't see why you couldn't, although I think there's something texturally different about the two cereals. So I think it would be a different kind of animal if you did this. And the corniness is really kind of
delicious.
Nice.
I'm gonna eat some.
Justin loves cornflakes.
I love them. I was eating like a whole bowl before.
Yeah, he loves cornflakes.
And they're so crunchy.
No, their crunch factor is so good.
So crunchy.
And they never are not crunchy. It's weird. You can have them for kind of a long time.
They're always crunchy. This is one of my, actually, I was saying before we went live that this is one of my favorite breakfast cereals. And everybody's like, really? I mean, I also love Lucky Charms, as you know, because I've done them on the show before.
Yeah.
But, okay, I want everyone to chime in. I'm gonna ask you two what your favorite breakfast cereal is, but I want people watching to let us know what their favorite breakfast cereal is. And everybody in here. So if you're watching, David, what's your favorite breakfast cereal?
Special K.
Oh, I love Special K.
I love Special K.
With the strawberries?
No, taste the strawberries.
Interesting.
I don't want dry.
I know, it's weird. It's weird. I hear you. All
right, someone in the back shout, Melanie, I know you're in the show today. What's your favorite breakfast cereal? Oh.
She could have answered our vegan
question. It's because she's Australian.
Yeah.
Can I say mine?
Yes.
Captain Crunch with Crunch Berries.
Yum.
So good.
I love Captain Crunch with Crunch Berries.
Nice.
All right.
We're getting some shout outs for Fruity Pebbles.
Yes.
Yum.
Frosted shredded wheat.
Love that.
Good,
Love the frosting.
I like those dry though.
Yes.
Not with
as a snack. And Golden Grams. Classic.
I remember Golden
who
Grams.
Said that? Okay, who
Helen.
said Golden Grams? Who did it?
Helen. She loves them.
Oh, Helen.
It's her favorite. Everyone has their favorite.
All right.
I want to know, does anyone know Cracklin' Oat Bran? That's my favorite. Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
I've never heard of it.
They're
never
really
heard of it.
good. They're very unhealthy, but they're very good.
I like unhealthy. Cinnamon Toast Crunch is good too.
Oh, yeah.
Although as a kid, I never liked, as a child, I never really liked like cinnamony things. I don't know why. I think it was like, it felt like
Cinnamon
a very...
toast?
I guess I did like Cinnamon Toast. But Cinnamon Toast Crunch just had like a weird flavor. Oh my gosh, can you throw this to me?
We have real cereal lovers here.
Literally, whose is this?
Mine.
This is yours?
I get every morning.
Oh my gosh, walk in front of the camera.
What flavor is that?
But where did you have this?
I always bring it with me.
In your pocket?
I was hungry.
But you literally just had it like now. You're literally holding, walk in front of this camera. You're literally holding a gigantic camera thing, and you're carrying a humongous bag of cereal. What is this?
It's Oreo.
Okay, can I try it?
Oreo.
Okay, I don't want to get my hands all over it, so.
Very careful.
It tastes like Count Chocula.
Thank you.
Yum.
Wow. So
Oreos
good. I don't
and
want to eat your
cereal.
breakfast. All right.
Will you have that with milk, or are you going to have that? You'll have it with almond milk. So
Almond
not like just for snacking dry.
No.
Okay.
That's a later.
Okay. Yeah. No, I get it. I get it.
Nora is shouting out cereal at night.
I love
really
cereal
good.
at night.
Meaning a time, is that a brand I don't know?
No. It's a very hip
I
cereal
am like
brand.
a mom, I'm older.
No, but
I
like
don't
breakfast for dinner, cereal at night. That's the
Totally.
best.
Breakfast cereal at night.
I love that.
Yeah.
All right.
She's like, I don't know, is that a brand?
Yeah,
I don't know.
I know. I was like imagining, like I eat cereal at night.
It's like the adult cereal.
Yeah.
Cereal at night,
Cereal
coming to
at
you.
night with a
Oh my
glass-
gosh.
I
Okay,
always
once
have cereal
again,
at
don't
night
give
with
away
a
the
glass of-
idea. Write it down. It's our $1 billion idea. Cereal at night.
Peeps, these are our scoop macaroons.
Okay, so then these are going into a what oven? 325.
Yes, sorry, I got confused.
So get a close-up of these because I want you to see what they look like before they go in the oven. They look delicious like this, and if you are okay with eating raw egg, you can eat them if you're okay with eating raw eggs, which I happen to be fine with. Okay, so 325 for how long?
Yes, please. I say 24 or 23 minutes.
Okay.
I got a timer right here.
Thank you.
And because we're a live show, we don't have time to bake them.
Woo-woo!
So we have the finished ones here, which are really, really beautiful.
So pretty.
All right, let's decorate these.
And I
things.
just want to say that Kelsey made these and they're beautiful. And I also want to say that she put some Maldon sea salt on them,
Oh,
or
right.
any kind of flaky sea salt, when they were warm and they first came out of the oven.
Yes.
That's a really good thing to remember
See
because that salt, you're gonna get a little salt from the cornflakes.
Yes.
And then you're gonna get that crunchy, flaky sea salt. We love it. And now we're gonna make
Okay.
them really pretty. We're gonna make them look like this.
Yes.
Look at that. We're gonna drizzle them. So let's drizzle them because we have just like a minute left.
Oh, then I'm going to talk fast. We just wanted to, this is a cute little
Mad Genius
tip that Justin knows and that I know, even though I'm not Mad Genius, which is that when you're filling, so I call for piping the chocolate with just like a Ziploc bag, just a little bit easier than a piping bag. And it's helpful when filling it to stick the bag into a glass. And then it's a lot
Genius.
easier. And then we have our little chocolate.
Oh yeah,
Magic
David has our chocolate.
Thank you, sir. I love that, like, yeah. And then I'm gonna just go like this. And then I'm actually gonna make Justin pipe, because
Yay.
he's the Mad Genius piper, and I'm his lowly assistant.
And that's only a little bit of chocolate because you don't need a lot, right?
Exactly. And then you
right.
have a little
Gonna
scissors.
snip it off here. Oh my God, I'm nervous to snip it. I was afraid it was gonna, okay, so then I just go across the top, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Gorgeous. Can we talk about piping for 1 sec?
Yes.
Because see, when I pipe, sometimes it comes out really squiggly. And I've heard that's because I'm not, I think if you stop when you're piping, it squiggles. And if you keep your hand moving the whole time, it doesn't. True?
I think that
Have you
might
ever heard
be
of the
true.
squiggle?
Mine is a little squiggly.
No, but-
Oh, do you mean like it?
Yeah,
like,
it goes like.
Yeah. Oh, that's a really good point. I wonder why that is. I bet there's science behind it.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I Googled it. And
Oh my
it
gosh.
says it's because your hand stops.
We love
You should
Google,
have seen
man.
me, I was like,
This is so pretty, just like this. I mean, look how beautiful this is. Get a close-up of these. I think you already are. I mean, these are so gorgeous. So do you eat them now or do you let the chocolate set?
we let the chocolate set.
Okay.
But we could cheat.
But we could cheat. We could do whatever we want.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, these are so awesome. So if you're just tuning in, we're wrapping it up here on Mad Genius Live. Thank you for tuning in. We had a very special guest today, my friend Jessie Sheehan, who is the author of The Vintage Baker, over 50 recipes inspired by all the little cute recipe booklets that she's collected over the years.
Yes.
But the recipes are updated, they're fresh, they're modern, they're really fun, like the one we did today, which are her Cornflake Macarons.
Totally, and they're easy.
And they're easy. So get the recipe in the comments or at foodandwine.com, and we'll catch you next week. We're gonna eat these. Woo, woo! Oh my gosh, thank you.
You're welcome.